Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Sunday afternoon, about 3 p.m., and I just came back from the gym. It's a little sweaty, and my hair's messy, but I just wanted to make this video because, well, I wanted to talk about this for a very long time, and today I just kept hearing this word in this Netflix show that I was watching during the cardio. I was like, oh, it's got to be a sign. So, the word is deserve. And I have, I sometimes work as a translator, English and Japanese. Sometimes I can't find how to describe it. If it's in this in a sort of negative way, it's not that difficult. Like today's show, it's about this lady who just had a really terrible day, but then she thinks she deserved it because she was mean to other people. Yeah. So in that case, I would say something like Japanese proverb, mikara deta sabi, which means like the rust. You get rusty, like from inside, And that means you didn't take care of yourself. You did something, and the rust doesn't come out, does it? It just, you catch the rust. Anyway, so you get rusty, but then you admit that the reason is you, and it's a little different from saying that your fault. Your fault is like the consequence is more direct. You do one thing, then there's something bad happens, so it's your fault. But maybe mikara de tasabi, or like I deserve it, this case is more like a long term, not necessarily like action and the result is like directly like related, but you know what I mean. Yes, but the question is, when people use it in the way that I deserve something, in a way that what do you call it? Entitlements. There, I said it. I think a lot of times it does sound like entitlement to me. Or maybe the concept doesn't exist in Japanese, or maybe it's our mentality. But like, I always think, for example, a lot of people say, oh, I worked so hard, I deserve a vacation. Of course, you can say, I worked hard, I want a vacation, I need a vacation. That I get it, but like when somebody says I deserve a vacation, I sometimes feel like, well, who's deciding that? Like you, or I thought it was somebody. They say your boss says that, oh, you work so hard, you must take a vacation, you deserve it, you earned it. Then I get it, but like I can't really put price on my actions or myself. Is it just me? So whenever I hear that, it feels kind of a little bit, I'm like, okay, and I don't know how to translate it. It does, I can't find a good way to make it sound the way it is. I'm sure when they say, oh, I deserve it in that way, they don't mean to sound arrogant, but if I put it in Japanese, it does kind of sound arrogant. Like, who are you to decide? I think it's third party's job to decide your value, So, but then there was like, I deserve this entitlement, love yourself, invest in yourself. It's, especially in Los Angeles, it's like everywhere. Seriously, everywhere. And I think when you go off balance of yourself and others and surroundings like around you, it's just it's not good. And self-entitlement is not a beautiful thing, and sometimes it causes like others problems. Like, okay, I hate this concept of everybody gets trophies. Here I said it. I'm sorry, I'm not a parent. Maybe some of the parents say like, what do you know? But I have been like tutors. I taught kids, and I used to be a kid myself. You know, I went to school. I was a kid back then. Then I would have hated that. Only because I wanted to be special. That's why I worked so hard to get the, be the one to win the trophy, you know? And I learned in a hard way that even if I work my do my best, sometimes I don't get the trophy. But then that's life. That's what happens when you are sent out to the world. And maybe that's why sometimes, young people have difficulties adjusting to the real society, because in school maybe you always get trophies because you work hard. Sometimes it doesn't equal. You know what I mean? But then for me, that motivates me more, or it kind of indicates, maybe some areas I'm not good at it. I try my best. It didn't work. My physics, I did my best, trust me. And I did not get the concept of like energy goes that way, this way. I'm like, so I gave up. See, like, but if somebody gives me A just because I worked so hard, I spent hours and hours, like, what's the point? So anyway, that just because you worked hard or just being there, you get it rewarded. I don't think that's healthy at all. So I think that's sort of kind of connected to this concept of entitlement. I might have said something politically incorrect, but I don't care. I am ready to accept the consequences because I will probably deserve it. Did I use that word right? Okay, so anyway, thank you for listening. Just write any comments, ideas. If I'm being ridiculous, just you can write it. So whatever happens to me, I deserve it. All right, thank you for listening. Bye. Mwah.